Hello, everybody, and welcome to the special People's Choice Podcast Awards edition of Real Life, Real Crime, the podcast, and
Local Leaders, the podcast.
And y'all, I'm Woody Overton and
Jim Chapman.
Jim Chapman, my brother from another mother, and also my producer for Real Life, Real Crime and Scorched Justice. And we have a new podcast that we're doing together called
Bloody Angola.
Y'all, it's going to be fire. So that's going to drop on July 21st. We're going to tell you stories about Angola like you've never heard it before.
Yeah, it's something we've been kind of brainstorming for a while, and it's finally coming to fruition. And if you haven't had a chance, go check out the social media and check out the trailer that we put together. I think it'll get your mouth water.
Yeah, and you can go anywhere, right? Even if it's on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you find a podcast now. We did a little teaser to it. Jim produced that. And so go check it out, subscribe it, like it, review it if you feel led to. But I'm telling you, the first episode is more of how it all came about. But then we're going to take you inside the wire and tell you all the stories from executions to murders, rapes.
So many stories.
Suicides, escapes.
Hostage
situations. And y'all, I don't think the general public get it, Jim. That when you go inside those gates, I did it because I worked in the prison system, right? It's a whole totally different world.
Yeah, so, smells different.
Oh, God, the air doesn't even taste the same. It's just, everything is different. The from the views of the convicts, even the free people, the guards that work there. But I think you're really going to enjoy it. Jim and I enjoy bringing it to you, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And, it's subject matter that seems to just encompass everyone, right. No matter who you are. It's that Shawshank Redemption type interest in a show like that, and we're going to offer a really unique spin on all of that. And of course, nobody's better than Woody Overton at telling a story. We all know that. But we're going to mix some interviews in there and some things that you've never seen out of a podcast before.
Right. It's going to be shocking but true. And of course, anything inside the gates of Angola or inside the wire, because they really don't have that many walls, but the inside the wire is going to be a little harsh to hear. I mean, there's nothing really nice. It's not like you're going to church.
Yeah.
Right?
No Disney World there.
No Disney
You're not
World.
riding Space Mountain.
For adults, people. But I've always loved the criminal mind, and it fascinates me. And I know you're the historian of all historians, and you love the whole just the concept of prison life and what it's like to just deal with that, to lose all sense of freedom. Yeah, and in Angola, over 80% of the population that's sent there dies there.
Yeah. Which
is crazy. I just think about that.
Yeah. So when you walk inside that wire, you're not coming out
unless you go for a court appearance or something. You're never going to go outside the gates again.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that being said, y'all check that out on July 21st. Can't wait to bring it to you. It's so exciting. But we want to talk today. We've been blessed and fortunate enough again to be nominated in different categories for the 2022 People's Choice Award. Tell them about the show, Jim.
Yeah, so the People's Choice Podcast Awards is the oldest of all the podcast awards in the industry. It is the most respected, in my opinion, and it holds a lot of weight relative to the work that we're doing as podcasters to get our message out, whatever that may be. It is really an honor, though, because as you've said many times, it's voted on by the fans.
That's right. And this is their 17th year, and nobody else even comes close. Not even the iHeartRadios or whatever. All these shows that have come up in the last several years since podcasting has become really
mainstream.
That's it.
Yeah.
And when I started in podcasting almost 4 years ago, there was like 700,000 in the world. Now I think there's pushing 3 million.
Yeah.
So y'all, this, we did this last year, and Jim got nominated Local Leaders to Podcast and Business, and then made the finals. But then you made the finals, the finalists, and it's such an honor. But we only get it because y'all vote. And look, I'm like Jim. I don't like to ask y'all for stuff. But this is the one time of the year I'm going to ask you. And I always used to say, and I've said it in years past when I've won it in the different categories, we're up against the biggest shows in the world. I mean, I'm talking about like the biggest and the biggest names and the biggest money and production companies, et cetera. But they don't have what we have, which is our fans, which is so great.
Yeah, and look, lifers, you can't have better fans anywhere in the world, Woody Overton, and I've seen it. I was a lifer well before Woody and I started working together, and they are just a cult, rabid following.
And lifers are the absolute best. But you and Local Leaders Podcast have had such mad success, and your fans and your following, and a lot of them aren't lifers, but they voted for you and they came out in force.
They really did, and I'm fond of telling people that everybody wants to support local business. That's what we do at Local Leaders. We give them a platform in which to compete with large, worldwide corporations, and people love that. And look. I get chill bumps now because I just can't believe so many people support what I do.
What you do, though, is put the human face on the local businesses, right? And you tell their stories. You say every business has a story, right?
And I want to tell it. That's right.
And so your fans are fantastic. Your podcast, congratulations again. It's such a huge success. And the Envision Podcast Studios, and now we have the Hustle Makes It Happen, the up-and-comers, that you're producing. And those guys are great. But so y'all, we're coming to you humbly and asking you again, if you just listen to this for a few minutes and take a few minutes of your time.
Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts that spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser-cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdowns scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids, to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. Hey ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore, because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement, it's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC.
And please go vote. And we'll both explain it to you in detail. It's not as complicated as it seems, but it's so important to us. And look, to even make the finals is just huge, but to win it is even bigger. And we can't do it without y'all.
Yeah, we really can't. And it means a lot to both of us because it's voted on by the fans. It means that you appreciate and really love the content that we're putting out. And I know how long it takes to produce these things. It's 9 to 12 hours of work.
Right.
And we love doing it.
Right.
And this is something basically from the fans saying, we love what you're doing. Right. And that's what makes it so nice.
So if you've ever laughed at a story or gleaned something out of Local Leaders podcast or been upset at an episode of Real Life, Real Crime or whatever, or liked it in any way, take this a moment, please, and help us out. And we really would appreciate it.
Yeah. And look, Woody Overton up for, 4 awards this year?
Four.
Amazing.
But it's a real blessing.
Multiple time winner.
About it.
Yeah.
And we have won it in the past. We won it for drama and storytelling one year. And then last year we won it for best male host in the world.
Yeah.
And think about how many votes was last year? Like
4 million.
4 million.
Yeah.
4 million people voted, y'all. So that gives you an idea of how big this is. And we need your votes. Can't do it without you.
100%. And I know Woody's real good at kind of walking you through the steps, but it's really not that much. You go through, you sign up on podcastawards.com, and in the description of this video that you're watching right now, if you're listening to the audio, we'll put it in there as well. So you can just click on the link in there and it'll bring you to podcastawards.com. You'll come to a homepage. It's going to ask you for your email and your name. It's not going to spam you. It's not going to send you anything. What they're doing that for is to control the bots.
That's right. And so that's different this year. And so when you vote, you can only vote one time from each email or they kick your votes out. All right. But so you go to, most people don't use www anymore, but it is www.podcastawards.com, and they'll bring up the page, and it will ask you to enter your email and a password, okay? And then what they'll do when you do that and you click on it, they send you an email to verify that this is a real email and not a robot or whatever they call it, a bot. And when you click on it, go to your emails, and as soon as you do that, go to your email, and you'll see it from the Podcast Awards. Click on that, and it takes you to the voting page.
Yeah. And from there, you just make your selections. Woody is up for the People's Choice Podcast Award, the overall award.
That's on the first page. They're going to ask you, are you a listener, a podcaster, or both? So check whichever one you are. And then they're going to ask you, would you be willing to be a finalist judge? And we would encourage y'all to check that. That's huge. Y'all did it last year, and so many of y'all messaged me and said, oh my God, I got selected to be the finalist judge, which is sweet for us. So you do that, and then you get the email, verify the email, and it brings up the list of all these different categories. You don't have to vote in every category. And we're not asking you to vote in every category. You can if you want to. But the first thing it has up top is to they're going to nominate 5 people to be the most influential podcaster that you know. I would ask that you vote for me and Jim Chapman.
No, Woody. Vote for Woody. Vote for Woody.
However you do it, if you want to do you can say Woody Overton, Real Life, Real Crime, and Jim Chapman, local leaders. They're going to recognize 5 podcasters as the most influential in the world.
To tell you how big that is, Joe Rogan won that last year.
Exactly. And here we are in the LP.
It's going to be Woody this year. Last year, Joe Rogan.
Hopefully, but we'll see.
He's yesterday's news.
The next one, the first category is going to be the Adam Curry's People's Choice Award. Now, that's the big enchilada, y'all.
Yeah.
That's the Adam Curry, I think, is like the godfather of podcasting.
Invented it.
Yeah. And so that's why they named the biggest award in the world after him.
Yeah.
And so you can go under that, scroll down, and click on Real Life, Real Crime. If I'm going to ask you to do that. And I think Local Leaders is under. No, it's not.
No,
okay. All right.
No. And it's in alphabetical order as well. So real easy to
scroll
find.
down alphabetical order, past everybody else, get to the R's and hit Real Life, Real Crime. The second category of importance is best male host of a podcast in the world. And y'all, we won that last year. I won that last year because y'all voted, and thank you so much for it. And I'm nominated for it again. Beg of you, please, if you take a second, scroll down. Again, it's in alphabetical order to Real Life, Real Crime, and click on that. Okay. Yeah. The next one in order of importance, correct me if I'm wrong, Jim, it would be the business podcast.
Correct. Yeah. And so that you'll see it. It'll say, I think it just says business podcast, and it has a sponsor, whoever that may be. You're going to click on that tab and it'll pull up a bunch of business podcasts. You know, you want to go ahead and skip all the way to the L's.
To the L's, Local Leaders.
Yeah. You're going to see Local Leaders, the podcast. And please, if you're so inclined, just highlight that.
Yeah,
and
I think it's
select it.
Very important, y'all. And again, last year he made it to the finals, which is just huge. And
it blew my mind. And look, it's for me, it's two things. Number one, and first and foremost, it's the vote of the people that are watching the show, and that is for me the most important thing. But on top of that, it is more exposure for the businesses that I highlight on Local Leaders every week.
Right. It's validation.
Anything I can do, anything I can do to get their names out there, I want to do. Right. So it means something.
And it
to
brings
all of
so
us.
many new people to be the show. Right?
Yes.
After business and Local Leaders, Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glace, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something, and all the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unreal. We got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference Gobble will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/real life. That's GOBBLE.com/real life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had. Next one is going to be true crime, I believe.
Yep.
And under true crime, y'all, if you want to see all the biggest shows in the world, they're there. but I'd ask you to skip past them.
Yeah. Just glance.
And go to the R's. It's a real life, real crime. And give me that vote, please. It's huge. I've made the finals for that every time I've been in it. I've never won it. But to make the finals, to be in the top 10 it's just
honor all in of itself.
Again, it's validation to what I'm doing and that y'all love the show. And then after that, it's scroll down and it's drama and storytelling. That's the next category. And click on it. Again, skip down to the R's, hit real life, real crime. And I won that in 2019 because of y'all when I was a baby, the first year in podcast.
Amazing.
So, but we'd ask y'all to do that. You can only vote once from each email. Me, myself, I'm going to be honest, I'm voting from every email I have.
I've got like
There's
10.
no rules on that, right? and I get fans. One fan messaged me today, said, I voted from all 7 emails. I'm like, that's love. Thank you so much. And
it's a great thing.
Beth Andrews. Thank you, Beth. So if y'all would just take the time, go to www.podcastawards.com, put in the email, say if you're a podcast or listener or both, would you like to be a final judge? And then verify your email, go into the categories that we told you and click on them. What the process is, it ends July 31st. The voting, this open voting ends July 31st. And then what happens?
Then after that, basically that box that Woody told you about at the beginning that you check if you want to be someone that was emailed to determine the finalist, you'll get an email saying, congratulations. This is all random. So they send out random emails to people that check that box. They only use a specific number. And they say, okay, you voted in the true crime podcast category. Who would you like to actually win the award now that they're in the finals? And they'll give you all the finalists,
right?
Which there's only 10, I think, in each category.
But the only 10 people make it to the finalists, right?
Yeah.
And then if you get selected as a judge, then your vote counts to who actually wins it.
Yeah.
And which is huge. It means a lot to us, and it brings new people to the show, gets us new followers, and it validates what we're doing as podcasters.
Yeah. And I tell fans all the time of any podcast, the more exposure that we can get, the more episodes we can bring. It just empowers the entire machine that is podcasting.
Right. And I mean, it's just very, very important. We wouldn't have a show without y'all naturally listening. No. And we're blessed every day. I guess I get my mind blown every single day, but by different people from, around the world, whatever, listening and saying they like it, or this helped me get through my trip, whatever. It helps me get through my work day and whatever. And I thank y'all for that. And wouldn't have a show without you.
Yeah. And I concur with all those thoughts. I can't tell you the amount of businesses that come up to me and say, man, my business has doubled since I went on your podcast. And those kind of things, it's a feeling like no other, because you feel like you helped somebody that needed the help. And so I thank all of my fans out there for tuning in to my podcast. And like Woody, I hate to ask for anything. This is the one time of the year I'm not only asking, I'm begging.
Yeah, I'm begging too. I'm not on my knees because I hit my head on this table, but I'm pretty much begging now.
Yeah, 100%.
No shame in that game.
No.
But we appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to this. Again, www.podcastawards.com.
Yes, and just one more thing on Bloody Angola that I do want to mention since we're talking about it. Bloody Angola will have a YouTube as well as all your audio formats that you have now, but it's going to be interesting. What we're going to do with the YouTube is something you've never seen before out of any type of podcast of this nature. It's going to be very interactive. You're going to love it. We're also going to have a website that'll be up in a few days. We've already got an Instagram up, working on a Facebook now. So look, by a week before that show airs on the 21st, we're going to have everything up and running and ready to go. And I really appreciate all the support we've already got.
Right. It's been overwhelming. Like we just started last night, just crazy. Like I guess you say viral.
Yeah.
Which again validates what we're doing because of people listen to us, which I never get tired of.
Right. No, totally blessed, both of us.
totally blessed and blessed by y'all. And Bloody Angola, oh my gosh, it's going to be
fire, as Woody Overton would say. Fire.
Love. Again, I just want to thank y'all, and we appreciate and love each and every one of you.
Yeah. Love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your support. Please vote. And Woody, I thank you for all your support over the years.
Yeah, I thank you for yours, and I look forward to the future. Hey, and y'all, you can share the vote also.
Yes.
Share it. Hey, get your mamas, uncles, brothers, plumber's cousin to vote.
That's right.
If it's one time a year, we're going to do this.
That's it.
We're also going to be doing some a drawing. I think I can go ahead and mention this. We're going to have three winners. So everybody that votes, I want you to take a picture, you vote. And if you've already voted, you can go back to www.podcastwars.com, put in that email and your password, and it'll bring up the page again. And you can go back and alter your votes if you want to. But go back and take a picture of it. Or if you're about to vote, take a picture of it. And we're going to give you the instructions on where to send the pictures to. And everybody that has voted is going to get it entered into a drawing for the prize, these three prizes. And so vote for Local Leaders Podcast, Real Life, Real Crime, and Woody Overton. And we're going to put y'all in a pool. And at the end of the month, we're going to draw it.
That's right. And we at Local Leaders are going to do something similar. I know last year we did a little spin to win deal. So I'm going to put out a post, and I'll give you instructions as soon as Tiffany gets those to me on how we're going to do that.
Yeah. And then that'll be huge.
Yeah.
So, thanks, brother. I appreciate you. And thank you, everybody. We love y'all.
Yep. Go vote. Thank you.
Go vote. Thank you. Peace.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly.